Hi, my name is Dave. I'm your host. You're listening to The Last Podcast, where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. If this is your first time listening, welcome. I'm happy you found us. And if you're returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you listening, and I hope you continue to find tips, ideas, and value from listening to this podcast. Today, I have a question. And I know you're probably saying, dang, every day this guy's got a question. I got a lot of questions. Well, this question is a real simple question for you. And I just want to know, do you love yourself? Yeah, simple question, right? But you'd be surprised at how many people who really don't love themselves. And it's a sad affair, but I'm not talking about do you hate the actions or anything, but do you love yourself in general? I mean, I'm quite sure you do. I mean, I'm sure you do, but only you can truly answer that question. You know, loving yourself, in my opinion, is like a journey that involves several things, whether it's self-awareness, self-compassion, a consistent practice, and I believe it's a lifelong relationship with yourself. Oh, loving yourself is a journey, a lifelong journey, right? Self-awareness is one of the things, if you want to really love yourself, you have to basically be self-aware. You have to not only have self-awareness, but you also have to have a form of acceptance for yourself. You don't have to accept the bad things in your life, or you don't have to accept the bad things you do in life. Those things you can change. But acceptance for who you truly are. You have to be able to have a little reflection, spend some time with your own thoughts, your own feelings, and review your own actions. And I know of a way that you can actually do that. I mean, I must have said it a million times in a lot of other podcasts. It's all about journaling, right? Journaling can help anyone find out and reflect and look at and think about and see how we felt, how we act, and allow us to reflect and make changes. I don't know about you, but I have a journal. I have I have a couple of journals about different things, but a general journal of what I do daily and the people that I meet and how that affected me in that particular day, in that moment, how I felt, so on and so forth. So going back to loving yourself, you have to have self-awareness, and you have to be acceptant of yourself. You have to accept who you really are, and knowing that you are feeling anxious, whether at one moment or not, before you go into a job interview or even presentation, and understanding why you feel that way, why you're anxious, and why these certain triggers bother you in a situation, and why any trigger might bother you in a situation, right? So we have to have self-awareness. We have to recognize there are things in our lives that we need to understand and know why they are, and why we do, and why we react. Okay, so that is one way, right? I think also, I believe, in my personal opinion, I believe noticing in our own lives and in our daily lives patterns that arise, or you may have not even noticed that you might be on what we call autopilot, or another type of pattern, whether it's just your eating habits, whether it's just smiling at perfect strangers. I don't know. Only you know. You know your own patterns, observing reoccurring behaviors and understanding their impact and why you do what you do. It's all part of loving yourself and being self-aware of who you are. So that question remains. Do you love yourself? Think about when you're in a heated argument or something like that, and you're recognizing that you're raising your voice, and somebody that in your family is notorious for this anyway. They can get underneath your skin instantly, right? Just by saying something to you. Well, try next time to take a deep breath, calm your nerves before you react. Catching yourself before a bad situation becomes worse, so to speak. Recognizing when you're engaging in a negative fashion or a critical self-talk, because we do that when we're talking to ourselves, right? So we have to be aware of the things that we do and aware of how we talk to ourselves and how we conversate with others. So I just think that understanding our actions and our beliefs and knowing our core beliefs and how we influence others and how we influence or how others might influence us in a given day or a situation. So we act in a certain way because people, or that might be the way we are inside. Or I'll give you a perfect example. My sister, who's no longer with us, she knew if she wanted to get a rise out of me, meaning me upset, she only had to say a couple of things that I didn't like. And sure enough, I'll fly off the handle. I'm not like that now, but in my 20s, that's the way it was. She could talk about who I was dating, who I was seeing, or if I, oh, you're going out again, and my actions. She's like ridiculing everything that I was probably doing. All she had to do was start with one, and that ensued, our argument ensued, and we were at each other's throats. Family, a family member in your own family who can do this to you. So I'm just saying it's not worth it. And you have to be aware of certain things that's going on around you. Noticing when colleagues seem stressed out, or offering support or understanding their needs of space. We might say, okay, I love myself so much, but I want to share that with other people, but it might not be the time for you to share who you are with other people. So you have to also know when to dial that back. And I'm notorious for that. I always want to like someone, or I want to engage with other people, but I realize not everyone wants to engage with me, and it's okay. I respect their decision. I respect their space. So I understand that, because why? I love myself too. I understand that. And there's times where I want to be around people, and there are other times where I don't want to be around anyone. I need my me time. I need my silence. And that's the way it is. And I know you're probably saying, I don't believe you, because all you do is on this show is talk nonstop. Yeah, you're right. That's another thing I like to do. But here's another thing I love to do. Listen. I love listening to other people, especially when they have something meaningful to say. I'll keep my mouth shut for the duration of their conversation, and I will give my 2 cents if they want it. I will give my opinion if they want it. Managing, the next thing I want to go into is pretty much managing our reactions, controlling our immediate reaction to certain situations, feeling angry during a disagreement, but choosing to take a deep breath, like I said, and basically recognizing our own boundaries, realizing that we need time to recharge, social events, making sure that we're on schedule to go somewhere or off schedule and we don't need to go anywhere. Self-reflection is and loving thyself, it encompasses a great deal of things. It's not only pampering ourselves, but it's knowing ourselves on a deeper relationship, inward than outward, and it's knowing ourselves at our core, what we're really truly about, and seeking sometimes feedback from other people, whether it be someone you know, love, and trust. Right, so you can do that, and that is a way to find out better information about yourself or what other people think about you, and it gives you an idea of why are these people feeling this way about me? What have I done, or how have I carried myself, and for them to think this way of me? So here's another thing that I think when it comes to loving ourselves, I think you need to take time in silence, meditate, because truly to understand you have to get lost and go inside yourself in silence. Calm your thoughts. Take a moment. Relax. Let all your worries go. This moment is yours. No outside disturbance. It's all about you. And that's what it is. It's all about you. For this moment, in this time, have silence. Go inside yourself and meditate. Deep meditation. Deep breaths in and out. That's what it's all about. Loving thyself. Loving ourselves. Because if you don't love yourself or fall in love with yourself, it's going to be hard to love anybody else. And that's just a fact. That is a fact, So I think meditation and isolation at times, I'm not talking about, days at a time, although that might be good, because some people like to pamper themselves for a couple of days. Women, notorious for weekends. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. I'm all for it. Sure. Love yourself, because when you fall in love with you, you make it easy for someone else to fall in love with you too. So by all means, fall in love with yourself. Find out who you are. Enjoy you. And learn to be by yourself sometimes, because that's what it takes to learn you without all the distractions. Get to know you. Get to know who you are and what you like, what you truly want. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. So part of that is taking care of yourself, right? Loving thyself. Oh, wow. You have to be able to take care of yourself. So what does that mean? Mind, body, spirit, and soul. All right. So let's go with body. That means, getting your regular exercise and, keeping up the vessel and allowing yourself to grow in that way and get healthy. Your mind, always continue to grow and learn something new, spiritually, academically, financially, and every other aspect. Expand your mind. So that's another way, right? And, your soul, your spirit, all of that. Find out who you are in your soul, your spirit. Go on a religious journey if you have to, or a spiritual journey if you have to, because you want to complete yourself and have balance. It's so hard to have balance in life, and I'm not going to lie to you. It's so hard to have balance. Everybody knows that. But it is worth working hard for. So that is pretty much what I wanted to really talk about. I just want to talk about loving thyself. Doing the things that will make you feel spectacular. Not good, but spectacular. Incidentally, if you're feeling spectacular, guess what happens after that? It pours out of you, and you get other people who are around you, who love you, to start seeing that. I want to be like that. They want a taste of that spectacular stuff that you got going on. You know what? I got to tell you this. I love movies, but one of the shows that I used to like is The Flash, right? So at this one time, Barry is the Flash. He's the fastest man alive. He goes into the Speed Force and he gets lost in the Speed Force, but his friends bring him back. So he's got this new way of thinking, the optimism and everything. Everything is going to be okay. And his friends are starting to worry about him. And they're saying, you know what, somebody better talk to him because he feels indestructible right now. He feels nothing can harm him. But that wasn't it. He had a higher level of understanding of who he was. But you know what? When his friends was like coming in and said, yo, where's Barry at? I just want to get a little bit of that walking on sunshine thing he got going on. I get it. So if we love ourselves that much and we're that confident and we're that outgoing and we feel good about ourselves, it gets contagious. People want some of it. They want to know, why is it he feeling so good? She's feeling so good. Because you are now on another level of loving yourself. And they want to know, why is all of a sudden this person is changing? And I like the change. I want a little bit of that change. Hey, it's all about loving ourselves, right? I mean, that's what it's all about, in my personal opinion. So that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Love thyself. Go ahead and love thyself. So that's pretty much all I got today. And, I didn't even think I was going to go there. And, sometimes I know there are a lot of people who have podcasts and they actually, they write about some of the stuff that they talk about on their show. I like to pretty much shoot from the hip sometimes, most of the time, and just talk about what's on my mind. And it might just be, simple things or what have you, but that is me. I like to pretty much constantly try to improve. So just like I'm working on right now, trying to lose some more weight. My goal now is I've already successfully kept 38 pounds off of me, but now my goal is to lose probably 60 more pounds. And I know it's really a heavy feat, but I wanted to make sure I was able to keep 38 pounds off me because that's what I've lost, and I've been lucky to keep it off. I've gained a few pounds where it went down to like 25, but I'm back up to 38 now. So I have a little more energy. I feel good, and I'm so happy that I am taking a road to really get my life in order as far as health and, learning. And I constantly learn something new every day. And I think we all should. I think part of loving ourselves is to continue the journey of learning and growing, because if we're not learning and growing and loving life every single day, then we're just existing, right? We're just existing to pay bills. We're just going to work and just to pay bills. And believe it or not, there are times I feel like that, except for when I'm on my podcast. There are times when, I know I have to trade dollars for time for dollars. But while I'm on my podcast, it doesn't feel like work. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I can't say that. I could just say it's one of the best things that's ever happened to me. And it was just starting this podcast. And if nobody even listened, and that right now, I know it's not true because I see the numbers, but check it out. And I've said this before. I really talk to myself. I don't know about you, but I don't talk in the mirror like I used to do, but I talk to myself on this podcast. So if anything, I'm telling myself to love thyself. I'm telling myself, here are some ideas. If you stay forward, if you stay true to yourself, if you continue to make these progresses, these changes in your life, you'll keep on enjoying life. But you know what? If you feel that this is something that resonates with you, then it's all gravy. It's all worth it. Even just motivating myself and telling myself these things, it's motivating enough for me to move forward. So I thank me. I know you probably said this guy's got a lot of nerve, but it's true. I thank me. And I thank you guys for listening. You know, sometimes I have a sense of humor, and I got to tell you, I love joking around. And people who personally know me, they know that I love to laugh. And I've been told that my laugh is extremely loud. So if I sound like I'm screaming, I'm not. It's just that I really enjoy laughing. I think humor is a healing aphrodisiac that helps heal us. So if you don't do anything today, at least laugh. Find something to laugh about. And I'll tell you a quick secret. A long time ago, I used to go to bed reading. I read the Bible, and now what I do is I still read the Bible. It's the last thing I do. But before I go to bed, I watch 10 minutes of humor so I can laugh. And believe it or not, then I just cut whatever it is, whether it's the TV or internet or my tablet, I'll cut it off and I'll start reading my scriptures. But I tell you, I gotta laugh before I go to bed. I gotta laugh. I gotta laugh 1 time, 2 times, 3 times is what I have to do. I don't know if you have any night rituals before you go to bed, but hey, look, it helps you sleep. It helps you get in a good mood to close your eyes and rest from the day's journey. A little laughter, a little love, a little laughter. I'm quite sure whatever it is, long as you can relax before you close your eyes in a meaningful way, it's all worth it. Hey, my name is Dave. You're listening to The Last Podcast, where the first shall be last and the last shall be first. You can hit me up at dave@thelastpodcast.info, or you can text me at 972-284-9518. That number is 972-284-9518. Thanks again for listening, and do me a favor, go ahead and share this podcast with family, friends, co-workers, and do me another favor. Subscribe and like this podcast. I thank you again for listening. Be blessed. Have a great day.